Tuesday night in San Francisco. Within 6 games of the franchise record Duke Snider back in the 1950s. The rest of the lineup will look like this, presented by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Kyle Tucker's in right field hitting second. As Kirsten told us, Freddie Freeman back with the team at first base hitting third. Teoscar Hernandez trying to build off of getting a hit in his last at-bat of the Colorado series, with Max Muncy not changing a thing coming here to San Francisco. Monster series in Colorado. Dalton Rushing can say the same. Ha-Sung Kim is at short, with Alex Call getting another start in center field. Andy Pages getting his first day off this year. And Alex Freeland is at second base hitting ninth. Well, for the Giants, it's not been Logan Webb, but Landon Roop that's been their top pitcher this year. 27 years old. He's in his 3rd season in the major leagues. And after he fired 6 scoreless innings against the Reds on Thursday, gave up just 1 hit, he's 3-1 with a .238.
He's been throwing the ball really well. The only pitch that's really getting hit is his cutter. The curveball has made great strides, and the changeup is elite again. So this is going to be a battle of counts to see if he can get us to chase. But with the Dodgers, they are real good against almost any pitch. And here's the arsenal he's throwing at him. And you see that curveball 161 and the changeup, a whole bunch of zeros. He'll probably lean on those 2 pitches.
He's the best guy in baseball at inducing weak contact. 22 innings, he's not given up a home run. So you've got a strength against strength matchup here. Not just him facing Ohtani, but him facing the top home run hitting club in baseball. The Dodgers, a major league best 16-6. The Giants are coming off a 4-5 road trip. They're 9-13. So we're all set. It is Roop against Ohtani. Dodgers against Giants for the first time this year, and strike 1 from Roop. Dodgers 12 runs on 15 hits in the finale in Colorado. Good way to finish off that series. It was a little bit dicey. They clubbed 5 home runs. They'll cruise to the win.
Hit with runners in scoring position and hit the long ball in the losses. Those were the 2 kind of weakest parts of the offense that was a little stagnant.
Quickly 0-2. Roop comes back home, and it's taken downstairs, ball 1. You see the home run numbers overall this year, the 42. That is the biggest, if you're looking for the biggest gap between these 2 teams, that's where it lies. The Dodgers #1 in baseball in those home runs. The Giants have hit 13 total.
Dodgers 5 and 6 hitters have more home runs than the whole Giants team. That is Muncy and Rushing.
Another 1-2 pitch. Ohtani fouls off a sinker. That's a sinker that's been a whole lot better for Landon Roop this year. The league hit .355 against it last year as he had his first chance to be a starting pitcher. So far this year, just .185. Tries another 1-2. Ohtani swings and misses as the changeup dives away. Opponents now 0 for 16 against that pitch.
As far as the break, it is about the same as his sinker, but as far as the speed, it's a lot slower.
So Roop starts his night with a strikeout, brings up Kyle Tucker. Had yesterday off, had 5 hits though over the first 3 games against the Rockies, and he's happy being on the road, hitting .360 away from Dodger Stadium this year. On a 1-0 pitch. Watches a curve for a strike. That's curveball that Landon Roop has been throwing since he was a kid. His older brother taught him that pitch. Growing up in North Carolina. He's from a town called Rocky Mount. Graduated with a class of 28 kids. Went to UNC Wilmington. He was a 12th round draft pick from there. Giants drafted 9 pitchers before they drafted this guy that year. Yet he's the only one of the bunch that's made it to the majors. Fires 2-1. Tucker swings and misses. Devilish movement on that sinker.
It started at Tucker's right hip and then brought it into the corner.
Change up, popped into shallow center field. Gilbert coming on. He's got it. And Roops retired the first 2. Well, Freddie Freeman makes his return to the Dodger lineup. And congratulations to Freddie and Chelsea and the Freeman family with the birth of London Rosemary, as Kirsten told us about. And Freddie hoping to pick up where he was. Multiple hits in 4 of his last 5 games. Takes outside, ball 1. And the boy's got a little sister. Freddie's going to be a great girl dad. He's got a profound soft side. He's ahead 2-0. Roop comes home. Freeman swings and misses. 2-1.
It's a movement that's being very effective so far in changing speeds with that changeup.
A little high this time, ball 3.
No ABS challenge there, but they were thinking about it.
Well, Patrick Bailey, who's behind the plate, has been the best in baseball. They're getting those challenges. Doesn't need one here. The count goes full on Freeman.
He's gotten the first 2 outs on changeup. See what he does here with Freddie.
Fires a payoff. And it is a sinker. It just misses inside, ball 4. Dodgers have their first base runner of the game. First inning continues. Tasker Hernandez comes up. Tasker just 189 over his last 10 games, but it looked like the weight of the world lifted off his shoulders getting a hit in his last at bat of the series at Coors.
He was back to his old self when he found the hole. And he was smiling. He was encouraging the first baseman of the Rockies. He was talking. It's like, he's back.
Flies this ball to center field. Drew Gilbert into the gap to put it away. And a scoreless first inning for Landon Roop. Yoshi Yamamoto takes the ball when you come back. Here come the Giants. Willie Adames will lead things off. Luis Ariz and Matt Chapman 2 and 3. Still trying to get Rafael Devers going, and they'll need to if this offense is going to do what they hope. Casey Schmidt DHs and bats 5th. Jung Hoo Lee's in right field with Elliot Ramos in left. Drew Gilbert in center and Patrick Bailey doing the catching. Yamamoto somehow doesn't have a win against the Giants in his 2 seasons in the major leagues. He has struggled when it comes to run support. You see what he's done here. Just 1 run in 2 starts last season, but nothing to show for it in terms of wins. Kind of the same deal this year. 4 starts. He's hardly given anything up, but only 2 wins to show for it because he's gotten under 3 runs of support per game. He starts Adames with a curve and now misses away with a cutter.
He would love to see the Dodgers road bats show up here in San Francisco. They're averaging about 8 runs a game on the road, just not when Yamamoto has been on the mound.
Low with the sinker. Best road hitting team in baseball, but the toughest road park in which to hit. Fewer home runs in this ballpark than any other. And especially this time of year, it plays very pitcher friendly. So he'll take that when it comes to his line, but that run support he's looking for could be tough. 3-1 on Adames. Yamamoto's coming off a game against the Mets where he gave up a home run to Francisco Lindor to start the game and then retired the next 20 that he faced and went 7 2/3. Hit hard to short. Backhand Kim from the outfield grass heaves it over Freeman into the dugout, and Adames is at second. Kim did well to get to that hot shot, but then airmailed the throw, and he's wiping his hand as if maybe the rain that fell before the game led to a wet ball.
Yeah, definitely slippery, and he has his hand down on the grass as he tries to make the turn to go to first. Adames didn't even know he was allowed to go to second till right about now.
That has been relatively rare territory for Giants players a lot of the time this season. 29th in on-base percentage, dead last in home runs. Here's Luis Arraez, who has done everything that they had hoped for. The 3-time batting champ, hitting above 300. One of the reasons that he chose to come here to San Francisco is they gave him a shot to play second base. He'd been playing first and DHing for the Padres. He wanted to play second, even though he's always been a bad defender. So far, though, he's been really good defensively, too. Grounds one through the left side. A base hit with eyes. They'll stop Adames at third. And the Giants are at the corners before Yamamoto's gotten the first out of the night.
Some of the weakest exit velocity in the big leagues with Arraez, but one of the top guys at hitting line drives. Now, this is not a line drive, but it's definitely like a two-hopper through the infield, and he uses his bat control to beat the Dodger defense.
We talked about Ohtani passing Willie Keeler the other day. Willie used to say, hit them where they ain't. Yeah, that is Luis Arraez, the modern version of that. First and third, nobody out. The hitter's Matt Chapman. We got Chapman and Devers coming up here. Two of the biggest names in this Giants lineup. But against Yamamoto combined, 0 for 17 with 11 strikeouts. Here's an 0-1. Ball and a strike on Chapman. His average is up. He's hitting .292 this year, but his power is down, and I think the Giants would probably take the traditional version of him that hits for a little lower average, but would pop him some home runs. On this 1-1 from Yamamoto, Chapman takes in the dirt. Good stop by Rushing.
And normally he's been a streaky hitter with power. I think you're right. Consistent without power is not going to fit this lineup. They need some pop out of him.
Mentioned 13 home runs total for this team, 2 in 10 games here. Here's a 2-1. Missed away with a curveball.
Yoshinobu gave up the home run against the Mets and then mowed people down. So giving up a first inning run right here in this first and third no out situation is not a big deal for him. Just don't want it to be a crooked number.
Comes home with a 3-1. Chapman fouls it back 3-2, and right after him with that sinker.
Of the two fastballs, the sinker has been more effective than his four-seamer. The four-seamer has gotten hit the most so far this year.
Yet to give up a hit on that sinker coming into the outing. The fastball he's throwing it less and less. Back into a full count with Chapman.
He's only got 10 seconds to get this pitch off. I'm sure he notices the clock. Yep, it's right at it.
Here he comes, and the bases are loaded.
He worked really hard to get that baseball to a place where he felt comfortable, and then was slightly rushed as far as concentration on the strike zone right there, and just kind of pulled it.
The Yamamoto, who's got the #1 strikeout to walk ratio in the league, issues a rare one right there. The Giants fans are saying, please, Rafael Devers, their top star in this lineup, hitting just .225 with 2 home runs. Bases loaded, first inning. Fastballs fouled into the glove, and that's what's been going on so far. This guy absolutely annihilates fastballs when he's right, but he's been missing them right in the zone so far.
Yeah, last year hit .256 on the four-seamer. This year below 200 at 179.
Lines this ball to second and just past Freeland. Giants on the board before Yamamoto gets the first out. Station to station they go. Adames in to score, 1-0 San Francisco.
He barrels this ball up. It's a good piece of hitting. Loses his balance because of the off speed, but able to keep the barrel down there and hit it in the line. Station to station early. Don't want to push the envelope. And Mark Pryor with a little bit of a visit. Give him a blow at 15 pitches already. Hasn't recorded an out.
And he may be having flashbacks, Yamamoto, with Casey Schmidt coming to the plate. Schmidt made his name last year hitting a grand slam in back-to-back games against the Dodgers, one of those against Yamamoto.
That one there, halfway up the pavilion, was a splitter that was down, but he got under it.
Schmidt going into the offseason thinking that he's set to become their everyday second baseman, and then they go sign a rise and tell him he's going to play second. Casey's like, what the heck? But has found his way into the lineup, and he's leading the team, hitting .313. DHs today. With bases loaded, still nobody out. Yamamoto trying to follow the lead of Robleski yesterday, whereas traffic in that first inning gave up just 1 run. Nothing after that. Wound up going 7 innings in that game. Early on this year, that's been the standard, getting deep into games. Pop fly, left center field. Tasker went back at first, now comes on with Call. They collide. Call makes the catch. Throw goes to third. One will score, and you hope that everybody's okay. Call and Hernandez drilling one another there in the gap. 2-0 on a sac fly from Schmidt.
These two have not played together in those two positions this year, and Alex Call sees that Teo broke back, so he is sprinting from center field to help him out. And he is the captain right there, but Teo not expecting him over in left. And they're fortunate. Their heads hit each other. They're fortunate that Call was able to hold on to the ball.
Alex says, I get to play like once a week. I'm fine. Dave Roberts told him that he's going to get the start today, and he lit up, Dave said. It doesn't matter that he's facing a nasty righty in Roop. Just like it didn't matter when he hadn't played in a week, and Doc said, hey, go get him against Jacob deGrom. He faced him twice, reached both times. Tells Thomas Albert, you're going to have to bring an army to get me out of this game. Call, stay in.
Teo testing his jaw right there. Call hit his right cheek about with his head.
So they do get the first out of the inning. First and third, the hitters Jung-Hoo Lee. Lines the ball to right field. Tucker will not get there. A 3 spot for the Giants in the first as Lee knocks in Chapman.
I guess this is why you play the game. Statistically, Giants offense lacking. Statistically, Yamamoto dominating baseball. But here in the first, he's getting hit around a little bit and also doing something that he doesn't normally do. He walks somebody.
Though he'd gone at least 6 innings in every game, had not given up more than 2 runs. He's given up 3 before he's gotten the second out here in the first. Elliot Ramos. Ball 1. Ramos went into their series this weekend against the Nationals without a home run and then hit 2 of them and drove in 6. He had been benched for a couple of days earlier on the road trip, and he said that woke me up. So head 2-0.
These are the counts where they pick on his fastball, the 4-seamer. Love to see him throw the 2-seamer here. A sinker, get a double play ball.
Splitter in the dirt.
Looking for something that they'll hit the top of, not get the ball in the air.
Splitter was the pitch that got him through the Mets game. He threw a career high 42 of those. taken all the way, 3-1.
His last 2 starts, he only gave up 2 earned runs, almost 14 innings of work. Today, in a third of an inning, 3 earnies.
Devers at second, Lee at first. Yamamoto deals a 3-1 pitch. It's fouled off, and it's 3-2.
This slider is a very good swing and miss pitch or ground ball pitch. After that front shoulder just opened up on the hitter. Pretty good one.
Yeah, better and better the last few starts. Goes with a curve, and it's launched to left. Hernandez to the corner. Yamamoto gets away with that. 2 out.
Yeah, every curveball that he has thrown has been kind of lazy. Even though they're strikes, they're just a pattern to them right out of his hand. Pops up, just hanging there. So as it pops out of your hand like that, it tells the hitter immediately it's curveball. And then when it doesn't break much, you are lucky to get it back.
2 on, 2 out. The 8-hitter Drew Gilbert started the season on the injured list with a shoulder issue. He's gotten healthy, and Harrison Bader was placed on the IL, so they brought Gilbert up last week, and he's off to a good start. Had a hit in all 3 games in Washington. Splitter's taken downstairs. Gilbert arrived last year, came over in a trade from the Mets, and a few days after that, the Giants brought him up for his major league debut. Smacks one to center field. It carries well. Call to the gap. He's got it. That's the inning. First 4 each for the Giants. First 3 score in an uphill battle for the Dodgers tonight. Well, Max Muncy was hoping that series would never end. 4 for 4 with a pair of home runs yesterday. 10 out of 17 with 4 home runs in the series. He didn't have his first home run last year until April 30th. It's April 21st. He's got 8 to lead the National League.
His hot zone is everywhere, and when he is locked in with his swing and his knowledge of the strike zone, he is very streaky. But right now, he doesn't look like he's on a hot streak. He just looks like he's healthy and locked in.
Giant killer through the years, of course. Takes a high strike from Roop. Thought about challenging and then thought better of it. And it's 0-2. And a good call that he didn't. Dodgers have been very cautious when it comes to challenging, especially early in the game. That's down the line foul, which is not against the philosophy, but it seems like it's lingered a little bit later into the game, into the higher leverage spots, maybe more so than they would like. They've challenged less than any other team. The hitters have. And the idea is you save it for the highest leverage. Muncy's down on strikes, 1 gone in the second. You save it for the pitchers and for the catchers, but definitely something they're keeping an eye on, the way that they're making those challenges and the philosophy behind it. From one hot hitter to another, Dalton Rushing, Range Rover Sport, engineered to win. 2 home runs for him yesterday, 7 of them in his first 27 at-bats this year. The only guy that's gotten to 7 home runs faster in a season, the guy that tore up this ballpark all those years, Barry Bonds, needed 26 at-bats in the 0-2 season to get his 7th homer. 0-2.
He's been on both the fastball and the breaking ball. And his mood has definitely changed, and his confidence level is through the roof.
Little high on him, 1-2.
He is really working that inside fastball to lefties, coming back off of their hip and their front shoulder.
That's a pitch that you perfected.
It was kind of fun to watch him move out of the way. Back in the day, you pretty much were a right-hander. You threw the ball low and away to lefties. But at times you had to go inside.
Rushing rolls one up the middle, backhand to rise. 2 up, 2 down. What gave you the idea that you could be different, that you could do that?
I had trouble throwing my four-seamer in there for strikes. I would always kind of brush them back a little bit, but it was always a ball, and I needed something to throw a strike inside there. So I started trying to throw my sinker, which I really knew how it moved and how much it was moving, and throwing it at their hip and judging. And when they started scooting back and raising their arms up, I'm like, I don't think they can swing the bat in that position.
Strike one on Kim. At what point did you figure that out?
When I would not have anything to get a strike to a lefty inside. So it was early on. I would say within about 7 or 8 starts in the big league.
As with a lot of guys, you get to the major leagues and the league tells you
what you need to do. At first, my pitching coach, Ron Peranowski, and Tommy Lasorda, the manager, said, you know, you can't throw low and into lefties. And I'm like, guys, the posture's changing. They can't even swing the bat.
Into center field. Gilbert paused it first, comes on, and it cost him. Didn't get a great read off of the bat, and those can be the tough ones when they're headed right at you. Kim's got a base hit, first of the day for the Dodgers.
Well, the top of the order for the Dodgers is household names. The bottom of the order are the guys that are really producing right now. The Otanis, the Tuckers, and the Freeman, they're not up to their resumes yet, but the Kims and the Rushings and the Muncies and the Calls and the Freelands, they're getting it done at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, Alex Call, who had a single, a walk, knocked in a run yesterday, has an on base above 500, 8 games in, and he takes the ball from Roop.
You can take any portion of the Dodger offense, and as we see 6, 7, 8, 9 here and how good they were, but any portion pretty much is #1 in baseball, especially the second half. Ridiculous OPSs.
Call bangs one up the middle. Arises there, well positioned, snaps off a throw, and ends the inning. To the bottom of the second we go. Giants ahead by 3. If the Dodgers get 7 or more strikeouts in this game, you get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at LA area Jack in the Box restaurants. Yamamoto gives up 3 runs in the first inning for the first time since last July. On to the second we go. 8 men came to the plate in that first, so it's the 9-hitter Patrick Bailey to lead off. Got a swing and a miss on a first pitch splitter. You know, when he walked off of the mound after those 7 2/3 against the Mets last weekend, the ovation that he got, it felt like both, #1, just an appreciation for what folks had just watched, but there was also a sense of like, yep, that's what we came for. That's what we expected to see. He's pitched so well for such a long stretch now, where it's jarring when he gives anything up.
So far in his career with the Dodgers, 16 games over 500, an ERA of about 2.5.
Bailey to left center field. Tasker Hernandez is there for the first out.
Batting average against under 200. World Series MVP.
And to think he got blasted in his major league debut in Korea. Everybody's like, oh no, because he had signed the largest contract for any free agent pitcher ever. And it was like, this guy better be good. And 1 game in, that's all we had to go on, and it was not good.
Dodger scout Galen Carr, it might have been the worst day of his life. He was the one right at the front of telling how good he was as far as scouting him and cross-checking him and watching every movement he makes before the Dodgers signed him.
1 ball, no strikes on Willie Adames, who singled to start the game. And came in to score their first run. Inside corner, 1-1. We were talking with Dave Roberts before the game today about when did it turn for Yamamoto, because it wasn't perfect immediately. He said about midway through his first year, he can remember the team showing Yamamoto the data, the difference, strike 1 versus ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. And when your delivery is as consistent, your delivery command is as consistent as his is, it basically was as simple as seeing that data and making a decision. Okay, I'll get strike 1. And he's been a different guy from that moment forward.
Yeah, instead of like half the ball on the plate and half the ball off the plate, as far as that's my location I'm looking for on the very first pitch, he went more to like a 1.5 balls on the plate on either side of the. You can pretty much split the plate in half when you're going to go 0-0 your first pitch, and then if you get a strike, then you have the catcher's glove half on, half off, and then you get another strike, you're 0-2. Then you're right on the edge, right on the edge.
Swing and a miss. He's got his first strikeout as he sits down Adames.
And he is so disciplined with the positions he goes through in his delivery that he can move the ball when locked in, which is a lot of time. He can move the ball inches depending on where the last pitch was.
Yeah, because it seems like it's one thing to see the data and say, okay, I know I need to do something different on the first pitch, but how rare is that to be able to actually execute on it by 1 inch every single time? Here's a rise, taking a strike.
The only guy I coached that could do that was Kenny Rogers. Kenny could throw you a fastball and he'd turn to you in the bullpen and say, now this one I'm going to have a couple inches a little bit farther left. And he would sit there and do it. I'm like, wow.
The rise smashes the ball in the air to right center field, but the wrong part of the wrong park to do that. Yamamoto is back in the saddle with a 1-2-3 second.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcasts of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today.
Alex Freeland starts the third for the Dodgers, down 3-0. 9-1-2 against Landon Root. 2 balls and no strikes. We're talking about the bottom of the order last inning, everything they've meant to this team so far. We showed the numbers from yesterday. 11 for 17, 5 home runs from the bottom 4 in the lineup. That seems extraordinary, and it is. It's the first time in 50 years the bottom 4 of the Dodger lineup has had those numbers in a game. It's a game at Wrigley Field. The wind was blowing out 31 miles an hour. There were 9 home runs in the game, and 5 of those came from the bottom of the lineup. Dodgers won 14-12. They got a home run from Bill Russell. They got a home run from Steve Yeager. 1 from a pinch hitter, Ed Goodson. 2 from a guy named Henry Cruz, who hit 8 total for his career. He had 2 in the wind in Wrigley that day. Full count on Freeland. The Cubs only had 2 home runs, and our guy Rick Monday hit both of them. Don Sutton gave up 14 hits and 1. 3-2 to Freeland starting the inning. He's down on strikes.
Roop is free and easy right now. He's getting run support. He feels like a lot of riches, and here comes Ohtani, but Roop has finally gotten some support. 3 out of his 4 starts, he's gotten 3 or fewer runs. Tonight he's already gotten 3.
Struck out Ohtani to open the game, and he gets strike 1 on him here. The Dodgers saw Roop a couple times last year. We showed Ohtani hitting that leadoff home run against him. He only lasted 1 2/3 in that game, and Roop said afterwards he felt like he gave the Dodgers too much credit. He overthought who he was facing, shied away a little bit, and that totally goes against his identity. He came back the next time and struck out 8, went 6 innings, gave up just 1 run against the Dodgers a month after that. That's the guy, kind of the attitude that they're used to seeing from him. Mike Krukow told me that he's the kind of guy that prays he'll charge the mound. 27-year-old from the country in North Carolina. Delivers 0-2. Ohtani lays off. Series that he just pitched in Cincinnati got a little bit chippy. He hit Spencer Steer. There's a little bit of a back and forth on the first pitch of one of the only 4 seams he threw on the night. Strikes out Ohtani. After the game, they asked him about it, and he said it slipped.
That's an interesting quote.
Back-to-back Ks to start this third. 4 total for Roop.
Some pitches you throw with an attitude of The hitter's got 60 foot 6 inches to get out of the way. That's not my fault.
Ball one on Tucker. Giants have needed Roop to be good. Logan Webb's got a 5.5 ERA so far this year. Two guys they brought in as free agents, Tyler Mahle, Adrian Hauser, 8 starts together, not a single quality start so far. So while Roop's been a great surprise, they have really relied on him. It's not been like icing on the cake. It has been the cake. Tony Vitello's first year as the manager. This unprecedented jump from college baseball to managing in the big leagues. Tucker shatters his bat on a foul, and it's 1-2. Destroy.
It happens a lot when you have a cupped end and you hit it off the end. You can grab just a portion of the wood and take it all the way down by your hands. That was a changeup. The sinker and the changeup have been outstanding for him so far. Dodgers are 0 for 6 with 3 Ks on those 2 pitches.
Roop comes back home with a 1-2 pitch. A little high. Count evens 2-2.
A lot of times you save that comeback sinker to lock people up at the end of an at bat. He's pitching with it. If you live in there, it can get dangerous, because when it comes back, if they start to anticipate it, it's one thing to get them and surprise them with it. It's another thing to pitch with it in there where they can pull it for a long way.
Tucker being pesky. Fouled off a few. Another 2-2, and he's worked it full. A bunch of strikeouts on that opening homestand, but since then Tucker's strikeout rate back down where it usually is, which is very low. 8th pitch of the at bat will be a 9th.
Roop reminds me of a right-handed Madison Bumgarner. Just the attitude out there, the way he's shrugging his shoulders, the way he's looking back at hitters after he strikes them out.
North Carolina guy. Another payoff. Another foul. Good play, Chris Woodward.
I like Kruko's description of he's the kind of guy that wants you to charge the mound.
It slipped.
I can see it.
His 10th pitch to Tucker is caught on and missed, and he strikes out the side in the 3rd. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Turned into a beautiful night tonight with the sun slicing through, and Matt Chapman leading off the last of the 3rd for San Francisco. Yamamoto fires a fastball. It's popped into foul ground. Freddie Freeman is over and out of room.
Yamamoto looking for some swing and miss here tonight. Has not been up to par as far as what's normal for him. He's 7th in the National League and getting guys to swing and miss at around 31% tonight. Half of that.
Caught the edge with a slider. And a lot of that swing and miss that you're talking about, and boy did he ever just catch the edge, came in his last start against the Mets, because the first few starts it was down below what it normally is.
Yeah, he was over 40% against the Mets.
Just misses. Those Mets, by the way, lost a 12th consecutive game tonight.
Wow.
Gave up 2 runs in the 9th inning. In fact, they led 3-0 after 5 and lost 5-3. There's some swing and miss on the splitty.
Those Mets are in a painful position waiting to get healthy, but it is painful waiting to get back and get some of the players back.
It's really just one guy, though. It's Soto.
Yeah.
And I know that the lineup's not going to be the same, but 12 losses in a row with very little offense. 1 out in the 3rd inning. Rafael Devers knocked in a run with a base hit his first time. He takes a cutter inside. That's down to 3rd, no swing. It's the Mets and the Phillies who have the longest losing streaks going. Phillies in danger of dropping 6th in a row. Trail the Cubs right now 7-4. It would be the Cubs' 7th straight win. Worth a mention, but the Cubs waiting for the Dodgers when they get back to LA this weekend. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Devers fouls it off 2-1.
The old saying, get starting pitchers early, especially the elite ones, before they find their range. It looks like in this inning, Yama is starting to find his range.
A little more damage done than the Mets were able to do, but hoping for a similar pattern where give up a run in the 1st inning and nothing after that. 2-2. Look out.
In National League Central, every team is above 500.
Yeah.
And even the bottom team, Milwaukee's at 591.
Yeah, how about that? The Brewers 13-9 in last place. Vicious rip and a miss right there. Back-to-back Ks for Yamamoto here in the 3rd.
Beats him with a 4-seamer. After a good split. Slow him down, speed him up, get the punch out, get closer to Jax.
By Jack math, in fact, we're halfway. 3 there, 4 to go. Half-hearted swing and a roller to 3rd. Muncy will scrape it up, and Casey Schmidt is out number 3.
Plan the perfect Dodgers date night on April 24th. Purchase a special ticket pack for an exclusive blanket. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Dodgers playing from behind tonight, 3-0. That has not diminished her spirit or the pink of that jersey. Freddie Freeman leads off and takes ball 1 from Landon Roop, who seemingly has had all the Dodgers hitters down 0-2. There's about half of them so far in this game, and 5 of them have gone down on strikes. Freeman walked against him in the 1st inning. Got the call on that. No challenge from Freddie. And this would certainly fall into that low leverage situation, leading off an inning, down 3, still early in the game. And also, we talk all about, the philosophy and the strategy. You don't have time to strategize. I mean, unless you're thinking about, okay, what is the leverage index of this at bat going in? You're not able to process all that in time to challenge or not. Freeman's got his 2nd walk.
It really is. You've got to flip a switch probably somewhere around the 7th inning in the on deck circle and go, okay, leverage from now on the rest of the game. Because if you're going to be patient the first 6 innings or so, and the game's not on the line and you're really not supposed to challenge at that point, there has to be an emotional switch and an intellectual switch.
What we asked today is there's something like that done, and Dave said I don't think so. I don't think the hitting coaches have some. Seems like that would be worth implementing, right? Where you just, hey, okay, we're into that spot, got 2 left, feel free to use them.
I mean, I was actually thinking in my head, if I'm the hitter, I want something in the on deck circle like a red dot, and then you flip it over on the other side, it's a green dot, and the hitting coach or the bat boys are told, hey, turn it over to the green side. So when they're in there warming up in the on-deck circle, it's like, okay, coaching staff is telling me we're in leverage now. So you just get a little bit more attuned. It'd be so hard in the box to get that borderline pitch and then process within 3 seconds. And where are we? Oh, it's 3-2, and it's a 3-1 count. No, Ohtani's on deck, and I need the challenge. You can't.
Right, and it's not 3 seconds.
You can't do that.
Instantaneous.
No, it's got to be like a flashcard.
Leadoff walk from Freeman and a 3-1 count on Hernandez. Here comes Roop. Teoscar grounds one gently to second, hit it slowly, so they'll only get one.
Yeah, when you're a young kid and you're learning the alphabet and your parents have flashcards, or now they do it on computer, I'm sure, or then you start learning words, and then you know, now you do, and 2 + 2 is 4. I mean, that's the way it's got to be when you're looking at a ball coming at you 95 to 100 miles an hour and it's borderline. You got to know what I'm doing right then.
Muncy looks at a curve for a strike. Struck out his first time. And Max coming off that huge series in Colorado, leading the National League in home runs, and now facing a Giants team that he has owned throughout his career. 26 home runs against the Giants, the #1 home run rate. So how often you hit the home runs of any hitter in baseball history against the Giants. Hernandez off first, 1-1 to the plate. Muncy takes downstairs. He's ahead 2-1. Dave Roberts was saying before the game today, I love that it just doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees like it was on Friday. It doesn't matter if he's facing a lefty like it was yesterday in Quintana. He's been hitting everybody. Max even said that cold on Friday might have had something to do with it, where it was so cold he just had to get bundled up, bite down, and then he couldn't really feel anything. And so hitters talk about the feels that come and go. It couldn't. You're numb. He's got a walk, second of the inning, and the Dodgers get the tying run to the plate.
That first game in Colorado, the only thing you could think about as a hitter is, I'm going to get in my stance and I'm going to try and get the barrel on it, because I do not want to get the bee stings from the chill from the end of the bat or from the handle of the bat.
Well, a year ago, this would not have been a guy that you would start to get excited about coming up in a situation like this. But Dalton, Babe rushing, the way he's been going, one swing from tying this game. 7 home runs in his first 27 at-bats. You mentioned it the first time he came up. Only Barry Bonds has gotten to 7 home runs in a season faster.
One of those 7, just the top of the wall in Colorado. Very high arcing fly ball that had good backspin and barely made it out. But all the other ones were crushed.
Like you mentioned, his first time up, he's been doing it against breaking stuff. Got a curveball right there, came up empty. It'll be interesting to see how long before the league shifts back and starts attacking him with fastballs again. He saw very few fastballs last year as a rookie because he couldn't hit breaking balls. Seesaw's gone the other way. The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 on rushing.
It's a calm day here in San Francisco at the field for like the first 2 decks. The only time there's a little bit of wind blowing out is when the ball gets up way high.
2-1. Ball 3. First 3 innings, Roop had 3-ball counts. He's gone to 3 balls on all 4 hitters in the 4th.
We're getting used to reading his movement from the changeup and the 2-seamer.
Teoscar at second, Muncy at first. 3-1 pitch. He will challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and Rushing seems pretty sure of himself if this is right. Oh, yeah. Oh, just barely.
Lazy curveball didn't make it all the way back. Is that really humanly possible?
Yeah. Those are the ones that the umpires are like, this stupid system. I got to be quote unquote wrong because of that. Kirsten tells us Mark Pryor's down there jumping up and down, celebrating, praising technology. They're loaded up for Kim. 3 walks in this inning against Roop. And he starts Kim with the ball.
That one wasn't even close.
Kim had probably the hardest hit ball of this game for the Dodgers. The base hit his first time. He takes ball 2. And the Dodger fans starting to make some noise. Ball 3 and nowhere to put him.
He's thrown 8 sinkers this inning, and they are not finding the zone.
Auto take. Strike 1. Hadn't walked more than 2 in a game. 7 total through 4 starts. Three in this inning, 4 in the game.
With Kim's speed, they should get a run here. He'll stay out of the double play or sac fly.
Back in at full.
Just put it in play. Stay away from the strikeout.
Payoff. Fouled off. Another 3-2 to Ha-Seong Kim. Down the left field line, foul.
He is sticking with the hard stuff. If he really wants to get out of this inning and throw the risky pitch, the changeup right here after all those sinkers and the curveball.
Hard stuff is all Kim has hit so far this year. 8 of his 9 hits have come against fastballs. Outside ball 4, challenge from Bailey, leading the high leverage philosophy.
This is edgy again. I think this one might be a strike.
No! ABS powered by T-Mobile. The Dodgers on the board on the 4th walk of the 4th inning.
Well done. The thing that the Giants don't do, they don't walk much. Their average is decent. They don't have any power with their bats, and they haven't been walking very much. The Dodgers have set this inning up and pushed one across with their 4-ball counts.
7 walks his first 4 starts, 5 today.
Do we go back to that mindset that he had last year that he scolded himself on, that I'm giving him too much credit?
Just odd to see it go from what we watched last inning where he struck out the side against Ohtani and Tucker to this. And Ryan Barucki starts to loosen in the Giants bullpen. Should have been unthinkable just a couple minutes ago, the way that Landon Roop was going. So still loaded, still down 2. See what Alex Call has for him. You know that Call's not going to help you out when you're trying to find the strike zone.
The one good thing for Roop is he walks Muncy left-handed, Dalton Rushing left-handed, Kim left-handed. Now he at least has a different stimulus out there with a righty, but still can't find the zone.
Boy, Call gives you epic bat flips on bases loaded, nobody out, blowout game walks. How about if you can pull one off with the bases loaded? The bases empty walks, I meant. That's a strike, 2-1. Call. Grounds one left side, could be 2. Chapman to second, 1. A rise to first, a double play. And they're only able to get 1 with this lack of control in the 4th from Roop.
On the next episode of Backstage Dodgers, Miguel Rojas and Clayton Kershaw are mic'd up as they receive their World Series rings. Plus, the Dodgers head back to Toronto as Andy Pages and Miguel Rojas relive their biggest World Series moments. Backstage Dodgers tomorrow after the postgame show.
Yamamoto gave up 3 runs in the first inning. First 3 batters that he faced all came in to score. But has retired 8 in a row as we move along to the 4th, and Jung-Hoo Lee leads off. Lee knocked in the 3rd of those first inning runs. Base hit on the first pitch that he saw. He's heated up for the Giants here in his 3rd season with the team. 27-year-old from Korea signed a big contract. Flies this ball to center field for Alex Call. He makes the catch for the first out of the 4th. The 3rd year of a 6-year, $113 million deal for Lee. Dislocated his shoulder his first year about a month in, so last year really was like his rookie season. Bit of a choppy start to this year, but I like what they've seen from him the last couple weeks. He's the first out of the 4th. And here's Elliot Ramos. Way up there to right center field. Call. Getting a workout in. Two outs on 3 pitches. And here's Drew Gilbert.
Yamamoto stabilizing the outing now and giving his team a chance to get back in it. Only 49 pitches. Roop now has 86.
That's insane.
Flipping the script. 34 pitch inning will do that to you.
This seems like a good night for the hitters to return the favor to Yamamoto. A lot of nights where the offense has not been good, but Yamamoto has, and has gotten the Dodgers to the finish line, gotten them a victory. Despite the lack of offense, well, tonight Yamamoto shows some cracks for the first time this year. Can the offense have its best performance in support of him? Nasty. 0-2.
Yeah, the offense is part of the equation, and for Yama, he's going to have a good year. But the difference between a good year and a great year is some support from the surrounding cast.
Looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Gilbert lays off the splitter. Count evens 2-2. Tired 20 in a row against the Mets in his last start. He's at 10 in a row here. And he's back home with a 2-2 pitch. Gilbert swings and misses. Splitter disappears, and Yamamoto's doing it again. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Dodgers down 3-1 at the top of the 5th inning. It's turned into a really nice night here in San Francisco. It's Alex Freeland to start the inning. Roop comes home and Freeland takes ball 1. 34-pitch 4th inning, but the Dodgers unable to fully take advantage of it. They got 1 but left the bases loaded and let Roop off of the hook. Damage not done on the scoreboard. Damage done, though, in the fact that pitch count is up around 90 already. And the Giants bullpen looming out there that, well, it's been pretty good. Remains a question mark for him. And certainly when you're facing a guy like this, how good he's been this year, feel like your chances are better when you get into that pen. 3-1. Three and 2. Top of the order after Freeland, Ohtani and Tucker. Shohei struck out both times tonight.
Alex understanding his role right here, taking those last 2 pitches.
Strike 3 called. This would be a good time for a challenge. Doesn't do it though.
You got it right if he'd have challenged it.
Then the next layer to what we're talking about is here is a young player. Yes, I know understands his role of trying to get on for Ohtani, but you're trying to fit in, trying to not do anything wrong. Even more hesitation to use a challenge for a player like that.
It's interesting for left-handed hitters taking pitches where they think they're walking, because they have a tendency to kind of leave the box early and they're moving their eyes. And I'm not sure how much confidence they have, because they make the read early, the ball right out of the pitcher's hand, like that's going to be high. Well, that's going to be outside. And then all of a sudden they're kind of walking towards the first base dugout. And those strides towards the dugout kind of probably give you some hesitation on whether you want to challenge it or not.
Group trying to hand Ohtani a 3rd strikeout in this game. One-two. Barely stays alive.
2 other strikeouts here is what he threw at him, the whole kitchen sink. And you see he's gotten him out, down and away. We went back to that location. And we showed you that stat cast. The ones that were elevated were mainly fastballs, 2-seamers. The ones that were down were mainly his changeup.
2-2. Ohtani reaches out, lofts one to right field for Lee in the 2nd out of the 5th.
Only giving up 1 run to the Dodgers, and he's doing it without throwing first pitch strikes. 6 for 18.
Dodgers have had 5 walks, but they've only gotten 1 hit against Roop. There's a single from Kim back in the 2nd. Tucker 0 for 2. Dodgers the top offense in baseball, 6 runs per game, even without a couple of the stars at the top really hitting their stride fully. Ohtani, while he's got the on-base streak going, his OPS is more than 100 points below what it's been the last few years. For Kyle Tucker, better the last couple weeks, still not quite himself. Waiting for those guys to take off. Mookie Betts, of course, still on the injured list. Tasker Hernandez has struggled the last couple weeks. And they're 16-6, scoring 6 a game. 2-2 on Tucker as Roop gets close to the end of the line here. Check swing, foul.
These Dodgers have raised the bar on themselves and spoiled us. It was crazy how good this team could be.
Another 2-2. Tucker yanks it foul. He's worked it full. His 105 pitches, a new career high for Roop. It only exceeded 100 3 times. Strikes out Tucker to finish off his night. 7 Ks to help him overcome 5 walks.
Join the Dodgers on April 27th for Japanese Heritage Night. Purchase a special ticket package and receive your exclusive jersey presented by Daiso. For tickets and more, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
26-pitch first inning for Yamamoto, where the Giants got all 3 of their runs, but he has settled in and retired 11 straight. 9-1-2 for San Francisco here. The catcher Patrick Bailey leading off. On this 1-0 pitch, takes it, strike 1. Barely. The line out his first time. The average down to 148 for Patrick Bailey. It was an interesting case study. And what do you value and how much do you value it? Maybe the best defensive catcher in baseball. Very little offense. Now, overall, you look at the numbers and it's like that is unplayable. Relative to the rest of catchers, it's only not good. And when you combine that with elite defense, it's still a guy. And also, what's the alternative, right? They had a guy in Daniel Susak come up and he was hitting 480, but they just put him on the IL. So you'll take the elite defense at the most important defensive position, arguably, and whatever offense you can get.
Run prevention over run creation.
Be easier to stomach if the rest of the lineup was hitting more. Leading off this 5th inning for San Francisco. And taking a curve for ball 4. Yamamoto not about to be the rare pitcher to challenge. Rushing decides not to, and it ends up being a good decision. That's a leadoff walk for the 9-hitter.
Yeah, one of the easiest hitters in the big leagues really to get out, and where you really want to get him out in the 9-hole before you get to the top of the lineup. I'm surprised he threw him a 3-2 curveball.
First base runner for the Giants since the first inning. Adames waves and misses at a slider.
Boy, he was cheating on a fastball.
Started the game with an infield hit, came in to score. Second in the National League in extra base hits here in his 2nd season with the Giants. Adames signed the biggest contract in Giants history, and for a lot of the year struggled to live up to it. Of course, you got the ballpark, which we've detailed, tough to hit in. The expectations, he said at the time, no, it's not a thing, but he said since, he was losing hair. He was so stressed out about the whole thing. Still, though, by the end of the year, he had 30 home runs, and that's a big deal here. Giants hadn't had a guy hit 30 home runs since Barry Bonds did it in 2004. Every other franchise had had at least 6 30 home run seasons in that time. Dodgers had 15.
The years back in Candlestick, you had Matt Williams and Kevin Mitchell and Jeff Leonard, and just a lot of power hitters. I don't know if they reached 30, but they had powerful lineups.
Count is full.
It's a big pitch right here. You walk the 9-hitter that should be an easy out. You get to the top. You get an 0-1 count. And now you're already to 3-2. No worrying about the catcher runner at first. He's not going anywhere. Make a pitch.
Pop up. Right side of the infield. Freddie Freeman waits under it and makes the catch for the first out.
Went back to the slider right there, the same pitch that he swung and missed at to get the count to 0-1. Sometimes the pitch selections are coin flips, but you go with the one that felt the best or you've had the best results with.
That slider more and more has been that for him. See Luis Arraez pointing out where he wants to hit it. It's where he hit it his first time, to the vacated left side. And as part of his approach, he will pick a spot and try to aim the ball right there.
He needs to pick the biggest hole because he doesn't hit it very hard.
In fact, less hard than any hitter in baseball. Just more of it. More of that soft contact than anybody in baseball. Jam shot to short, caught by Kim.
He does almost more of that too, hitting line drives, but you saw the exit velocity was not much.
So a couple quick outs after the walk. And now Chapman, who's got a walk and a strikeout in this game. Giants 3, Dodgers 1, bottom of the 5th. First meeting this season between these longtime rivals. Back to 1890. Chapman grounds one to short. Routine for Kim. And we're through 5 innings. Yamamoto, after giving up runs to the first 3 hitters of the game, nothing since. Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. Landon Roop goes 5 innings and gives up just 1 run, even though he walks 5. Dodgers only had 1 hit against him and could not cash in on that bases loaded situation in the 4th beyond just the 1 run.
Scored that inning without a hit.
And so the bullpen takes over here in a 3-1 ball game. This is Ryan Baraki. Freddie Freeman leads off and swings and misses. He's walked twice today. Dodgers coming off that 12-run, 15-hit outburst. 1 run on 1 hit today. Go from an extreme hitter's park to an extreme pitcher's park. And a pitcher who's been really good. The rise gets Freeman 1 away in the 6th. Here's Tasker. Wave over a splitter.
This small slump that Teo has been in, he has been swinging at a lot of balls down below the knees.
Swings at that one down the line, and it sneaks by Chapman into left field. Hernandez headed for second with a 1-out double.
The fact that it came from a left-hander allowed him to get the barrel on that because it's breaking in towards him. The righties have been getting him to chase and getting him to chase down and over the middle, but as the left-handed breaking ball comes down and into him, there's enough swing and enough timing left to squeeze this down the line.
Now, he's crushed lefties throughout his career. That's only his 4th hit against a lefty this season, though. 4 out of 19 now. And it gets the tying run to the plate in the form of the hottest home run hitter in the league, Max Muncy. After his 4 home run series in Colorado, he struck out and walked today. Average a tick below 300. It feels like impossibly 9 RBIs with those 8 home runs. And yes, Muncy, part of his story has been what he's done against left-handed pitching this year. Half his home runs. .368 average against lefties. Ahead of this one, 2-1.
4 home runs off of lefties last year, 4 home runs already this year off of lefties. Apologize, 3 last year. He's doing better though, Joe.
That's the main point. Arrow up. Chases, strike 3.
This is convince him what's coming and put it in a hard place to hit. Max pretty much anticipating some breaking ball away, but this one is just too far away.
So up to Rushing with 2 out. He gets under it, sends it in the air to center field. Gilbert with a call and the catch to finish off the 6th. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. We welcome you back here to San Francisco. It's a 3-1 ball game. It's a 1,288 to 1,288 all-time series. First time these teams ever met up back in 1890. The Dodgers had a third base coach named Darby O'Brien, and he faked out the Giants by pretending to be a base runner, dashed home and forced a throwaway, and tricked them into the winning run. And the hatred was born.
Wow.
New York Giants, Brooklyn bridegrooms.
Somebody was getting hit the next at bat. Something was going on.
Rafael Devers, the head of Yamamoto, 2-0. Giants got all 3 runs in the first inning. Devers knocked in the first of those. They don't have a hit since. Who would have thought that Yamamoto would outlast Roop in this game? The way that it was going after 1. Devers continues to look mystified on those fastballs.
Has gotten 14 of the last 15. Just mixed in 1 little walk.
15 out of 16 when this comes down to Kim. Starting to give off Clayton Kershaw vibes of, I don't care if it's my very best stuff. I don't care if you punch me in the mouth in the first inning. I'm still going to be standing in an hour or 2.
Short, cold streak tonight and a long, hot streak.
Casey Schmidt, strike 1.
Great teams, great pitchers. They all have cold streaks. They're great because they're short.
Strike 2.
Pinpoint cutter right there. Right height, right movement, right location.
Clayton Kershaw talks about being influenced by guys like Josh Beckett, Brad Penny, start of his career, seeing the way that they would fight through on nights where they didn't quite have it. Fly to left field through the raindrops that have arrived here. Caught by Teoscar Hernandez. And Yamamoto has spoken about how much he has appreciated the chance to watch Clayton Kershaw do his thing and learn from his example. One generation to the next. The rain is falling hard enough for the folks who are scattering for cover. Two gone. Jung-Hoo Lee. Got a fastball by him. Just came out of nowhere. Been showing all these sunny shots and goes dark and suddenly the skies open up.
It is firm. Umpire's probably trying to get through this inning. See where we're at. 2 outs.
Yamamoto to Lee with a 1-1 pitch. Poked foul, strike 2. Just his 80th pitch of this game. Even with a long first inning. Rain willing, chance to get into the 7th tonight. Here's his 1-2 pitch. Lined over second into right and a base hit. It's the first one for the Giants since Lee had his first. in the first inning.
That ball's got to feel like a watermelon seed when it goes out there and hits that outfield grass with this rain. Just skids after this line drive hits the ground. It's a good piece of hitting.
As fast as the rain arrived, it has cooled off.
And the rain is starting to disappear.
2 outs for Elliot Ramos. Strike one.
Yamamoto getting the job done below 2 of his norms. Normally a lot of swing and miss and a lot of ground balls. About half pace tonight on both those categories. One normal thing for him is the lack of run support. For some reason, they have not scored on his nights.
Here's the 0-2. Lays off the curve.
It's one of his better curveballs, sharp and down, just a little wide. Doesn't get the bat started the whole way.
The 1-2 pitch taken for ball 2.
You go to the well with the slider.
Laid off the high fastball, and Ramos has worked the count full.
He's giving him every look he can. Working hard to put this guy away.
Head start coming from Lee. There he goes. Here it comes. Ramos scalds the ball into center field and back-to-back 2-out hits. Wow, Lee's going to try to score. Freeland to the plate. It's in time. He tags him out and the inning is over. The one they call the grandson of the wind tried to run like it, but a relay to the plate cuts him down and it stays 3-1.
Not the easiest of relays with a wet ball, and Alex Call gets it in, but they are verbally yelling, he's going, and they got him.
Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Heffernan, because you're different. Happy obscure Dodger birthday to Stan Rojak. Came up in 1942 in the middle of a big pennant race, went in as a pinch runner on his first day and scored the tying run in the 9th inning. They wanted to win the game, and he didn't play in the majors for another 3 years after that. World War II happened. He served overseas, came back. Dodgers had a new shortstop named Pee Wee Reese. And so he was his backup for a couple years, went to the Pirates, then the Cardinals, and retired to run the family dairy farm and start a bowling alley in New York. From Rojak to Rojas. Miguel pinch hitting against Matt Gage, the new pitcher for the Giants. He's quickly down 0-2. Dodgers down 3-1. Rojas pinch hitting for Kim. After getting his 1,000th career hit yesterday.
(1,000 and 1,001). 2 at-bats in a row. He's been hot off of left-handed pitchers. That's why Dave Roberts ran him up there. He's 9 for 17 with 3 extra base hits and 3 walks off of lefties so far this year.
You're going to start questioning his decision to retire.
I don't think he's retiring as of right now. He's going to have another press conference.
Count evens 2-2. Here's the 1,000th hit. He said after the game, look, people thought that I was going to be a utility guy tops. They said I couldn't hit. People didn't think that I could hang around long enough to get 1,000 hits. That's why this means so much. Dave Roberts tricked him into thinking he's throwing the ball away.
He had his first hit in Colorado, gets his 1,000th hit in Colorado.
Leading off this 7th, bouncing a ball to third for Matt Chapman. And he's the first out here in the 7th. Dodgers got those 12 runs yesterday, just 1 today, only 2 hits. Alex Call comes up. He's grounded out both times. Call gets a chance here against the lefty in Gage. Gage, the most heavily used reliever so far. Spins in a strike.
Hitting off a lefty, that's one of Alex's roles on this team. He was very happy to see he was getting a start against a righty tonight. Really showing a lot of confidence in him, Dave Roberts is. The attitude, the energy, the command of the strike zone.
Big collision tonight if you happen to tune in a little bit late. First inning, he collided with Teoscar Hernandez, stayed in the game. Punches this bouncer to second, hops up on a rise, but he fields it cleanly. 2 up and 2 down, and a pair of grounders. Here's that collision if you happen to just tune in a little late. Somehow was able to make the catch. This is scary.
Mateo broke back about 2.5 steps. Looked like he was going to be late, so Alex sprinted over there to cover for him. They both ended up a little shooken up.
Alex Freeland bats right-handed for the first time today. Struck out both times against Roop from the left side. Well, this part of the order, when you consider 9-1-2, has stopped any kind of momentum they've had tonight. Those guys combined 0 for 8, 6 Ks. Strikeouts for Freeland have not been quick ones. He's been ahead in both his trips up there. Now this 2-1 from Gage. He taps it foul, and it's 2-2. Trying to get Ohtani to the plate as the tying run here.
You got to turn on the challenge switch now. Down by 2 runs, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Anything close that might keep an inning alive, you got to challenge.
That guy on deck. Here's the 2-2 from Gage. It's downstairs, no challenge needed. 3-2 on Freeland.
This is the pitch it could happen on.
The payoff. He takes ball 4, and Ohtani comes up as the tying run. Running out of chances to extend that on base streak. 1 shy of Sean Green for the 2nd longest streak in franchise history, for the longest streak in LA Dodger history. They're going to make a change. Got the lefty in Gage on the mound right now, but got another lefty in Eric Miller getting ready. So Miller's going to come on for Ohtani, who represents the tying run here in the 7th inning.
Dodgers celebrate Women's Night on April 28th. Grab your special ticket package and get your exclusive quarter zip sweater. Presented by UCLA Health. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Eric Miller's on to face Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani is 1 for 6, 5 Ks against Miller.
Miller has struck out 5 of the last 6 batters he's faced, so he is hot.
Coming off his first career save in Cincy on the road trip. Misses with his first pitch to Ohtani. His bullpen for the Giants has been ongoing auditions, no really set roles, although pitching pretty well to a 2 ERA the last 2 weeks. Tying run at the plate in the 7th. 2-0 on Ohtani.
If you're thinking long ball off of Miller with Ohtani up, he hasn't given up one in 52 1/3 innings going back to last year.
Ball 3. Yeah, Miller had been the top reliever in the National League for a lot of last year before his elbow started bothering him. He was shut down late last season. Ohtani will have a green light if he wants it. Takes a strike. 3-1.
That on base streak on the line, but also is this game. 3-1 here. Look for something middle in to drive over the right field wall.
Tucker waits on deck as Ohtani waits on this 3-1 pitch. Miller fires. Ohtani takes strike 2 and a challenge.
The batter is challenging the pitch.
It looked pretty good.
There was a strike. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Good time to use it though.
Remaining.
Second challenge Shohei's made this year, looking for his first successful one. Freeland takes off. 3-2. Ohtani grounds one left side. Backhand to Damas. Heaves it to the corner, and it's not in time. Ohtani extends the on-base streak with an infield hit. He has tied Sean Green for the longest on-base streak in LA Dodger history.
In one of the most unlikely ways, Shohei Ohtani, one of his softest exit velocity hits of his career, I'm sure, other than a squibber.
Only Duke Snider in 1954, when the team was still in Brooklyn, a longer on-base streak than Ohtani, who has tied Green. Well, he's just been finding away a lot of these days recently.
It's come down to his last at bat a few times.
The bigger deal here is that he's now aboard as the tying run. Kyle Tucker's at the plate. Tucker's 0 for 3 today. Miller throws. 2-0. Six left-handers in Dave Roberts' lineup tonight. And so 3 left-handed relievers in that pen, all of them used. Top of the zone, 2-1. Connigan's up. Deuce is wild here in the 7th. Back-to-back 2-out base runners. Freeland walked. Ohtani with the infield hit. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Kyle Tucker. Got him. Stand and stretch. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Sit and Sleep. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. It's 3-1 San Francisco. Giants got all 3 runs in the first inning. Dodgers got their lone run on a bases loaded walk from Kim in the 4th. Yamamoto in the first inning threw 26 pitches, just 12 pitches in innings since, and here he is somehow still going into the 7th.
If you go back 8 starts, which takes you to game 2 of the NLCS last year in the playoffs, he has gone 6 or more innings, 8 starts in a row. And boy, this one started out rocky, but he's still out there.
And you want to talk about that old school marker of length, going 7 full innings. Did that twice as a rookie. Did it 9 times last year, the standard bearer across the National League for that. And he's trying to do so for the 2nd time this year with other guys following suit. Robleski's done it twice. Tyler Glasnow's already done it once.
You get admiration from your teammates and around the league when you have an outstanding outing and you go 7 or 8 and shut out ball, strike out 7 to 10. But you get a lot of self-esteem and feeling good from your guys and a lot of respect when you do what he's doing tonight.
8-9-1 for the Giants here. It is Drew Gilbert taking a fastball low. Bailey and Adames follow. Tanner Scott getting loose as Dave Roberts embarks on navigating this bullpen without Edwin Diaz. Half-hearted ground ball foul. 1 ball 1 strike. Gilbert 0 for 2 today. Had a hit in all 3 games in Washington in their last series. Caught up just last week. First round pick of the Astros, traded over here to the Giants after he was traded to the Mets in between. Takes a strike, 1-2.
That fastball sets the splitter up. Come right at that window, low at the knee fastball that gets the called strike. Boy, you throw your splitter, start at the knees, end up in the dirt.
Was a splitter, and Gilbert laid off it.
That one started ankle high, ended up in the dirt. It's a good miss with an 0-2 count. No, 1-2 count.
And a fastball to the bottom of the knees to get him.
Hitter trying to stay disciplined, stay off the splitter, throws the fastball, maintains its altitude, and just rings him up.
Strikeout number 5 for Yamamoto. 1 out in the 7th. Patrick Bailey swings and misses at a cutter. That's a pitch that Yamamoto has thrown more this year, but it's been hit hard. 500 average against it. A sharp one right there to the Giants catcher. Comes back home with an 0-1. Splitter, dunk to the knees. 0-2.
95 pitches, still with command.
The 1-2 pitch. Bailey watches it wrap around the plate, and it evens up 2-2.
More confidence in the fastball tonight. 0 for 5 with 2 Ks with that fastball. League was hitting almost 300 off of it coming in.
Delivers 2-2 and strikes him out. Same way that he got Gilbert. That fastball looking for his 6th.
Convince them what's coming and throw the opposite. That's when you lock them up like that. They are just sitting there, the lefties, thinking they're getting split, and then they get fastball at the knees.
See that indecision so often against him with so many different weapons. Ahead of Adames. And for the 2nd straight outing, he'll hit 100 pitches. It's a guy who once threw 140 pitches in a complete game in the playoffs in Japan. You get your full rest, which he does. There are then no questions asked about what he can give you. Strike two.
We mentioned the 8 straight games where he's gone 6 or more innings, and if the pitch count was right around where it is now, in my generation, he would have 8 complete games. He would have been able to go 120, 125 pitches.
He finishes his night with a flurry. 3 consecutive strikeouts on fastballs looking. A whole neighborhood of houses by the side of the road. But not only did he get 3 strikeouts in that inning, he got you all burgers for free. Jumbo Jacks tomorrow. 7 strikeouts for Yamamoto. Dodgers down 3-1. He's done his part yet again, but again finds himself looking at very little support. Dodgers just the run in the 4th inning. 3 hits total tonight. Freddie Freeman leading off against Eric Miller and taking a strike, 1-1. Freddie's walked twice. It's 2 of the 5 walks that they took against Landon Roop. 6 total tonight. They've had their chances similar to the 2 games in the middle in Colorado, where there were chances there to do better than splitting the 4 games. Just outside, ball 3 on Freeman. I would think for Yamamoto, this is the kind of night you could really be proud of.
You really can. You're not going to have your ultimate best stuff, and they got him early in that 1st inning. It wasn't about his warm-ups, wasn't about that he was bad. It just struggled a little bit, and that happens.
Adames to get Freeman.
A lot of respect from your teammates, from management, when they know you're not at your best, but you don't give up. You can give up runs, but you're not going to give up. He feels good about it.
As you should. Teoscar Hernandez has one of the 3 Dodger hits. It was a double in the 6th. That was with 1 out, and they didn't do anything with it.
The Dodgers have left 7 guys on base. The biggest inning if they lose this game, and they go back and look at when Roop was setting the table with a bunch of walks.
Got 1 run in that inning. Bases loaded walk from Kim, but then Call, who'd gotten ahead in the count 2-0, then bounced into a double play that ended the inning. Miller to Hernandez. The 1-1 pitch misses inside, ball 2.
Teo a little confidence right here if he gets a down in and breaking ball. That's the way he got his double. Ground ball right down the left field line.
Oh, and even though the numbers against the left-handers aren't good this year, this is a spot where Tony Vitello's holding his breath there, because you've got lefties surrounding him. 6 left-handed hitters in the lineup around Hernandez, hoping to get through this unscathed if you're the Giants. Takes a walk and gets the tying run up there.
Good discipline for a guy who's struggling a little bit. Yeah, got a hit tonight, but he could have been forcing the issue a little bit right there and trying to swing the bat and get another hit.
It is Muncy, who has struck out twice, and like most guys, taking a walk. They have 7 walks in this game. Shouldn't be allowed to issue 7 walks, but only give up 1 run. 1 ball, no strikes.
The one that scored was a walk, but yeah, there's 6 other ones that have been out there that didn't get pushed around.
National League home run leader Max Muncy. On a 1-0 from Miller. Takes a strike, 1-1. Still a week short of the day where he connected on his first last year. Here's the 1-1. Bottom of the zone. Strike 2.
Flip the switch on the challenge button.
Tell you what, Junior Valentine's been really good.
Really good. Even when he's been wrong, it's been like hairline.
Oh, I might have jinxed him. Yeah. Junior Valentine has been really good. ABS, powered by T-Mobile. The old umpire jinx. Sees way off.
Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. Whew.
Muncy lives to see another day. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right side. Only play will be at first for a Rise, whose throw is just in time.
Not the easiest play for a guy who wants to prove that he can play second base.
Dalton rushing spot, but instead it's going to be Will Smith. They have Keaton Wynn warming, and so Dave Roberts, knowing that, is saying, I choose Will Smith against Keaton Wynn instead of Dalton rushing against Eric Miller. And the guy that is as hot as anybody gets pinch hit for, but the guy with a much longer resume. Smith comes up as the tying run after this. But Will Smith, perennial all-star at this point, has done it to the Giants throughout his career. In this ballpark, .322 hitter. Got a couple game-winning home runs against the Giants in his career. He's sent up there as the pinch hitter for Dalton rushing, representing the tying run here in the 8th. Keaton Wynn is brought on to face him. And Wynn, in this bullpen that's been full of just guys auditioning for roles, has started to separate, retiring the last 15 hitters that he's faced. 2 outs, 8th inning. Hernandez at second. Wynn throws, and Smith chops one along third foul. Andy Pages finding his bat. Miguel Rojas is on deck. And Pages is getting his first day off this year, or so he thought. Ball and a strike on Smith. The 1-1. Ball 2. Dodgers 2-2 on this road trip. Disappointing 2-2. The juggernaut that this team is, going into Colorado, splitting those 4 games. Now to San Francisco, 9-13 Giants, looking for a comeback win. On a 2-1 pitch, Smith looks at strike 2.
Will loves hitting in this ballpark. Well over 300 career average here. He was right up there in slug and OPS in the top 5 in the NL so far here in 26.
Wynn gets him. That splitter nosedives, and Smith strikes out. Middle 8, 3-1. Well, the Giants haven't scored since that 3-out burst in the first inning, but the Dodgers have just won. And so to the bottom of the 8th, 3-1 score. Call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, and it's Tanner Scott, who in 8 games this year has given up just 1 run. He's struck out 8. He's not walked anybody.
Last year an ERA close to 5, and most of that 5 was with pitches in the strike zone. And he is much more effective this year in the zone. And he is showing that he will double up with the slider, even triple up with the slider. So more of a mystery to the hitters.
That first pitch there to Luis Arraez is a good example of what has changed. Yeah, he's in the zone even more than ever before, but they've been better strikes. A lot of middle strikes from him last year that led to damage.
In the zone last year, the league almost hit 300 off of him. So far this year, just barely above 50. That'll get your blood pumping.
Grounded to second. Freeland shuffles over there to get a rise. Don't forget, after the game, it's Access SportsNet Dodgers, presented by Mercury Insurance. Jerry and the boys looking for some runs here. The Dodgers have 3 outs with which to work. They've got the bottom of the order due up. Rojas, Call, Freeland, with Andy Pages available on Dave Roberts' bench. Matt Chapman walked and scored in the first inning. Takes what's called ball one, but a challenge.
I like this challenge. Ball looked like it was crossing through the plate.
And a good one from Will Smith. ABS as always powered by T-Mobile. Makes a world of difference. Strike one versus ball one. Series will continue tomorrow. Ohtani goes for the Dodgers. Tyler Mahle for the Giants. Wraps up on Wednesday with a day game. Tyler Glasnow trying to build off of what he did in Colorado. And Logan Webb trying to get his season on track. Scott lets go of a 1-2 pitch, and Chapman fouls it off. We'll do it again.
If you go slider, go for his back foot and make sure it's down. Don't leave it for a strike. Good job by Will Smith with the target, really reassuring him where he wanted the ball.
Here's a 2-2 from Scott to Chapman. And he's walked him. Second free pass taken by Chapman tonight. First one issued by Scott all year.
There's your 3 sliders in a row. Just couldn't land one of them. But good to be a mystery now to the league. They don't know what you're going to throw.
Devers with one away. Swings through a fastball. Now the Padres have beaten the Rockies 1-0 at Coors Field. And so if this score holds here, the Dodgers and Padres will be tied for first. San Diego's 14th win in their last 16 games. Nothing in 2 on Devers. Continues to get attacked by fastballs. And another, and he just kind of haphazardly taps the bat towards it. Comes up empty. His second strikeout of the night, second out of the 8th.
Well, the at bat before, he sees 3 sliders in a row. And the walk happens, and here he gets 3 fastballs in a row.
Schmidt's the batter. 2 gone here in the 8th. Strike 1. We're talking about the bottom of the Dodger lineup for weeks. And it'll be the bottom of the lineup, center stage in the top of the 9th inning, down 2. Ryan Walker's warming in the Giants bullpen. Again, it has been closer by committee, every role by committee. These guys having to be flexible. All of them trying to prove themselves. Chapman, by the way, does not have a steal this year. 9 of them last year. 0-2 comes home and gets lifted to center field and deep. Call on the run. Into the gap. Alex Call covers a mile and makes the catch. That's how the 8th inning comes to a close. To the 9th we go. Let's see if the bottom of the order can stir it up. The 137th year of this rivalry starting tonight. The Giants, the Dodgers. Giants got 3 runs in the first inning. That's all they need to this point. Dodgers' lone run came in the 4th. Andy Pages to pinch hit for Miguel Rojas. And it's Ryan Walker on to pitch for the Giants. Walker 1 for 2 in his save opportunities. Blown save his last time out. They give up a couple runs in the 9th inning in Washington. In and out of the closer's role the last couple years. They're facing the top hitter in the National League to this point, both in runs batted in, batting average. Walker's 0-1. Pages takes outside. Ball and a strike.
2-pitch pitcher on the mound that Pages is facing. Sinker slider. Righties hitting them better than lefties.
Dave Roberts said Andy Pages fought him when he told him you're going to have the day. And Doc said, I love that. Love that he wanted to play, but no, take a seat, take a breath, stay ready. And here he is pinch hitting to lead off the 9th inning. Down 1 and 2. And now down 1 away.
On both sides of the ball, we have seen hitters kind of overthinking at bats where they're just blinking through fastballs, pitches they normally would be swinging at.
That's 4 strikeouts looking the last 2+ innings between the two teams as Call fouls it off. Well, if the Dodgers can get a base runner here, have a shot to get Ohtani to the plate. Shohei has extended his on-base streak with an infield hit, so 53 games, tying him with Sean Green. Yamamoto 7 innings in this game, but the wrong numbers on the scoreboard. 1-1 on Call.
Well, that's news this year. When the starting pitcher for the Dodgers goes 6 or more innings, they are 12-2 this year.
Call leans out, sends it in the air to deep left field. Ramos back with room. 2 out. And so it'll be up to Freeland to try and get Ohtani to the plate one more time. One and 0. Strike on the corner. If you don't like it, why not use it?
We're right up against it, or you got to use it.
And another guy to blink through, and they're down to the last strike. The 1-2 pitch. Lays off the high fastball. Count evens 2-2.
If that had been called a strike, you better be challenged.
Yeah. Nothing higher leverage than the game ending.
Yeah.
Here comes Walker. Freeland fouls it off. Freeland walked his last time. 2 strikeouts before that. But both those at-bats went 6 pitches. This is the 6th pitch here. It's another 2-2. Takes it for ball 3. Challenge from Bailey. He kind of shrugs as he does it and says, why not?
This is way wide.
Yeah, it's powered by T-Mobile.
San Francisco's exhausted.
So it's gone to 3-2 on Alex Freeland. Ohtani waits on deck, hoping for his shot. The payoff pitch. Fouled it off.
Early in this at bat, he had more of a take mentality, but now he's cutting it loose with this 3-2 count. 2 out, down by 2.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat. Freeland swings and misses. That's the ball game. Well, the Dodgers leaned on him all night, but just could not break through. 7 walks, but only 3 hits in this ball game for LA, and they fall 3-1.
A 4-game series in Colorado. They started with a good taste in their mouth. This one starts with a bad taste in their mouth. They need 2 more wins on this road trip to win this series.
For all Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from San Francisco. Game 2 of the series tomorrow. Shohei Ohtani and Tyler Mahle. For now, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers after this 3-1 Giants win. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.